I hear fans claim over and over again that another team's championship has an asterisk by it for various reasons. If you really wanted to, you could put an asterisk next to nearly every NBA Finals of basketball history. The reason is because more often than not, both teams don't have completely healthy starting fives by the time the championship games are being played. I personally don't think there should be an asterisk by many NBA Finals, but if there's 5 that should have ones in the record books, my bets would be on these 5. Speaking of books and betting, March Madness has officially begun and the NBA playoffs are right around the corner. So since it's the best time of year for basketball, it's also time for you to shoot your shot and score big on the non-stop action with MyBookie. Whether you're filling out multiple brackets, betting on the eventual championship winner, or simply looking for player and game props, MyBookie has you covered. Getting started with MyBookie is simple. Visit the website online, make your first deposit, and use promo code ARNETT to claim an exclusive deposit bonus. Deposit bonuses get as high as $1,000. That's promo code ARNETT to claim some extra money on top of your initial deposit. With hundreds of thousands in prizes for March Madness and weekly blackjack tournaments, you can turn your game day into payday with MyBookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Number 5. The 2015 NBA Finals. This was the first championship of the Steph Curry-led Golden State Warriors, as they caught lightning in a bottle and rode the wave all the way to the NBA Finals. The thing is, the team they faced that was representing the Eastern Conference was nowhere close to full strength, as LeBron was forced to take on Golden State as the only legitimate star available. His third scoring option, Kevin Love, had his shoulder brutally injured in the first round by Kelly Olynyk. Due to this, Kevin missed the remainder of the postseason. As if that wasn't bad enough, LeBron's co-star Kyrie Irving injured his ankle in overtime of the first game of the NBA Finals, causing him to miss the rest of the postseason as well. LeBron wasn't just short-handed, but his team was a complete shell of what they were throughout the regular season. James was so deprived of legitimate help that Cleveland's Matthew Dellavedova was elevated by the media to the image of a co-star. Somehow, LeBron willed this series to 6 games. But let's be honest, it was never a fair battle from the start, and some still see that Warriors' first championship as a fluke to this very day. Number 4. The 2006 NBA Finals. This is the famous matchup between Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks and Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat. As many of you know, the Mavericks took a 2-0 series lead to start the finals, which then activated Dwayne Wade's beast mode, where he completely took over the series, heroically winning the next 4 games straight for Miami. The thing is, many people believe that this was less about the heroics of Wade and more about the sketchy refereeing. For example, in Game 3, the Heat were in danger of falling to an 0-3 series deficit and was in a must-win situation. It was an extremely close game, and down the stretch, Wade was awarded some incredibly soft trips to the free throw line, which is where the rigged narrative began. But in the crucial 5th game is where things truly became unfair. In that game alone, Wade shot an insane total of 25 free throws, and 15 of those were in the second half. The entire Mavericks team shot 25 free throws in that game. Post-game, Mavericks players were saying that they couldn't even be near Wade without being called for a foul. To this day, many people debate whether or not this was a legitimate championship for the Heat. But what certainly can't be argued is the fact that Wade was living at the free throw line that series. Number 3. The 1988 NBA Finals. This was an extremely hard-fought 7-game series between the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers and the bad boy Detroit Pistons. The reason this series could have a legitimate asterisk by it is not because of how it was played throughout, but simply because of how the last 2 games ended. In Game 6, the Pistons were leading the series 3-2, and were leading the Lakers in the game by 1 point, 102-101. At this point, only seconds were remaining on the game clock. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was given the ball in the post and proceeded to do his signature skyhook shot. He missed, but fortunately for Los Angeles, Bill Laimbeer was whistled for one of the most controversial calls in basketball history, what has since been known as the Phantom Foul. As you can see by the replay, there is barely any contact, and Laimbeer was absolutely stunned by the call. Kareem would go on to make both free throws, and instead of Detroit winning the championship that night, the series was extended to a 7th game. In that 7th and deciding game, things got even weirder in favor for Los Angeles. With only 12 seconds left in the game, the Pistons were down by 4 points, when Bill Laimbeer hit a clutch three-pointer to decrease the lead to 1 point. The ball was then inbounded to the cherry-picking AC Green, who makes the open layup and increases the lead to 3. Now understand, it's still a one-possession game. There's 2 seconds left on the clock, and the Pistons could easily tie up this game with a three-pointer like they had just made. Unfortunately, they were never truly given a chance. As Laimbeer is inbounding the ball, players and fans are already rushing the court, which should be a violation. Camera crews are standing right beside Laimbeer where they shouldn't be, yet for some reason, the refs didn't stop the action. Laimbeer then throws a perfect pass to Isaiah Thomas just for him to be tripped by Magic Johnson. The ref, who was standing right next to them, doesn't blow the whistle on Magic like he should have, and the Lakers win the game and the championship. It's hard to understand why all of this happened the way it did. Maybe it's because the league wanted the more popular Lakers to win the title. Maybe it's because the league was getting retribution for the way the bad boy Pistons had been conducting themselves. Regardless of the exact reason, this was one of the ugliest and unfair conclusions to a playoff series that the league has ever seen. Number 2, the 2020 NBA Finals. This is all recent history, so I assume you know all the details. The 2019 to 2020 NBA season was halted 3 quarters deep into the regular season due to the COVID outbreak. This caused an awkward break that lasted several months before the games were eventually resumed in the Disney bubble in Orlando. A mid-season, several-month-long break is something that we had never seen in the history of the NBA, and obviously, it was going to affect the way the games were played. Some teams and players who had tremendous momentum then started to experience rust because of the layoff, while other older teams that needed rest suddenly had an unnatural benefit to their postseason hopes. Everything felt off. Playoff basketball was being determined later into the year. Home court advantage was suddenly meaningless, as everyone was playing in empty basketball gyms, and world-class athletes were completely removed from their regular environments and from their daily routines. The Lakers went on to win the championship over the Miami Heat. But due to all of these strange variables, many people still don't see it as a legitimate championship to this very day. Number 1, the 2002 NBA Finals. The reason this series should have the biggest asterisk in NBA history is not because of what happened during the series, as the Lakers comfortably swept the New Jersey Nets in 4 games, but rather it was because of the teams who were representing the finals. Prior to that championship series, the Western Conference Finals were being played between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Sacramento Kings, 2 rival teams battling it out for the chance to play in the NBA Finals. To just about every knowledgeable basketball fan at the time, this was the series that was truly deciding the NBA championship, as these 2 Western squads were clearly the 2 best teams in the entire league. The thing is, heading into Game 6, the Kings were leading the series 3-2, when things got painfully sketchy. The game was close down the stretch, yet nearly every foul call appeared as if it was going in the Lakers' favor, as if the league was determined to get the Lakers to win the game, and of course they eventually did. Former NBA referee Tim Donaghy was convicted of a felony for betting on basketball games that he refereed. Tim did not referee this game between the Kings and the Lakers, but he did claim that the game was rigged. According to Donaghy, NBA referee Dick Bavetta was the designated fixer for the league office, and was regularly assigned to ref Game 6s where the NBA wanted to extend the series to a 7th game, obviously all for the sake of money. Donaghy said the fix was in, which is why the Lakers were getting head-scratching calls, like Kobe elbowing Mike Bibby and getting away with it, or Chris Webber getting the cleanest block you've ever seen called as a personal foul. If there's anything in the history of the league that ever deserved an asterisk, this would be it. So what do you guys think? What event in basketball history deserves an asterisk by it? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.